I should be like you, Mel.
Ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
Hello everybody, welcome back to On The Sidelines World Cup Weekly. It's 8 a.m. in the UK, it's 5 p.m. in Oz, and of course, perfect time to introduce my co-host. And of course, that is Mr. Paul from Oz. Paul, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, terrific, mate. Beautiful day here, 11 degrees at the moment, hardly a cloud in the sky today, just a beautiful winter's day. And I hear you've got a bit more heat coming.
Yeah, no clouds in the sky today, and I think it's going to be about 31, I think I've read today. So yeah, it's going to be another hot one, but can't complain, I suppose, because as soon as those winter days creep back in, we all want in summer back again, won't we? So yes. But yeah, a little bit cooler would be nice, a little bit cooler, but we will pop to the chat in a second, guys. We'll do Spot the Ball as we always do. Another interesting picture for you to all have a guess on today. Might be a bit of a quicker show today. Got a very, very busy weekend ahead of me. I've got my brother's wedding this weekend, so lots of stuff to prep and do, and very busy. So but we will have the normal stuff. We'll have the Cherries news. We'll look back at the last 16. We'll look at the results of the quarterfinals so far. We'll look back at England, Mexico, and then we'll look ahead to Norway, the Norway clash later on tonight or tomorrow morning for you, Paul. So yes, we'll get started, and let's get started quickly in the chat, and then we'll bring up Spot the Ball. Say hello to everybody. Julie, good morning. Looking forward to the show from us all. Hope everybody's well. Morning, Matt and Paul. Hope you're well. Hope you're well as well. Thanks for joining us, Chris.
You're a week older than you were last week, Chris. Well done, mate.
Vanessa, good morning. Looking forward to the show. Hope you're well, Vanessa. And our number one Spurs fan, Mr. DaCosta. Hope you're well. Good morning, Matt and Paul and everyone. 15 degrees and sunshine, but cold in Melbourne, and good luck to England tonight. Absolutely, and we'll be touching on that very, very shortly. Malcolm, great to see you as always. Good morning, Matt, Paul, and everyone in the chat. 24 degrees and sunshine today. See, that's a lovely temperature. Not quite 31 that we've got here at the minute. But yeah, I'm sure you're enjoying the sunshine though, Mal. And Malcolm will be our guest next week on the last edition of the World Cup Weekly, as we will look back at our favourite moments of the tournament. Hopefully, be previewing England in the first World Cup final since 1966. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Darren's in. Good evening here in sunny Newcastle, Australia. Looking forward to another great show, Matt and Paul. Cheers from the Aussie Geordie. And thanks, Darren, for that.
Thank you, Darren. Thanks.
Well, that's everybody in the chat so far. I know we started a little bit earlier today, only by a couple of minutes, but it's always nice to be on time, isn't it, Paul? But should we go with Spot the Ball?
Yep. It's getting harder.
Spot the Ball. Paul hasn't seen it. As always, this is the first time you guys would have seen it as well. And this is this week's Spot the Ball. So an action shot from the recent England-Mexico game. And that is Jed Spence of England, who came on as a substitute during that game. And here is an action shot. So as always, A, B, C, or D, where do you think the ball is? Do pop them into the comments, your guesses. We'll star them. And when Paul reminds me at the end of the show, we'll bring it up and reveal the answer, but only for a bit of fun. A, B, C, or D. Please put into the comments where you think the ball is. A few comments will start to come through, Paul. I'll star them, but this is your opportunity for you to have your guess, Paul.
I'm on my hat trick of losses. I'm going with D, Matt. D.
D. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so Paul's guess is D.
I tried to look at the expression on your face, but you're very deadpan when I say my letter. You just keep a deadpan face, so I can't pick it with you. You'd be good at poker, Matt, I'm sure.
Never played it.
No, I don't believe it.
Johnny's in. Johnny's had a guess. Thanks, Johnny. I've starred that. Great to have you with us. Dave's also had a guest there, starring the guest. Leave it up for a couple of more minutes. And if I remember, I'll bring it back up again throughout the show. But and here is Johnny. G'day, you two, ready for another great show. And thank you, Johnny, for joining us as always. Thank you for your support. Much appreciated. There we go then, Paul. So just leave it on another couple of seconds, guys. If I see any regulars come back into the chat that aren't here at the minute, I'll try and bring it up again for everybody to have a guess. But there's a few guesses coming through, so thank you, guys. And I'm just starring your guesses now as they come through. So, well, should we get started with some Cherries news then, Paul?
Well, yeah, you bet. Looking forward to this. Yeah.
Oh, the son-in-law's in by the looks of it. They've just had a guess there, Paul.
Right.
So I've just starred that. Nick's guess. Yeah, I've just starred that. Okay, let's have a look at some Cherries news then. And I suppose the biggest news of the week is the release of the shirt, the home shirt, the first edition by Hummel. I'm going to let Paul give his views and his opinions on the shirt. And I'll tell you where to find my opinions very shortly. But Paul, over to you.
Look, I was in shock when I saw it. The shirt itself is great. If I was going to buy one, I certainly wouldn't buy it with that horrible thing on the front. I'm being honest. I don't like it. It's too confronting. It has the Mr. Q Casino emblem on the left-hand sleeve as well. Just my opinion. I mean, the back's good, but yeah, I'm not a fan, to be honest. If I bought it, I'd buy it without that on the front. It's too big, but it's an opinion. There you go, Matt. And sure, I was shocked when I saw it. I didn't like it. Yeah, but hey, no.
Yeah, I think it's caused a little bit of a stir on social media. But yes, what I do like though, and I must admit, I do actually. There's a comment from Johnny. No, I don't like it. What I do like, that was also released yesterday, and of course that's the home goalkeeper's kit, which is this
all
one here.
right.
And I think that is an absolute beauty, that one. I do like that, but then I do like my adventurous football shirts, as well as my traditional ones, and I think that's what I used to love in the 90s. I'm sure you'll remember, Paul, goalkeeper shirts back in the 90s in terms of design and pattern would have all these crazy patterns on them, wouldn't they? And I think it was like, the idea was to try and put the opposing players off or something. I've read throughout researching and things like that. But it's nice to see an adventurous goalkeeper shirt again, I think.
Yeah, I don't know who designed that, but they need to go and have a lay down somewhere, mate, because that thing in the middle is just, I don't know, that's going to be difficult. But anyway, that's my opinion. Yeah, thanks, Matt. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, guys, let us know what you think in the chat. Johnny's already given us his views, but yeah, let us know what you think in the chat.
Too big. That circle's too big.
Yeah. I can understand your point there, totally. But yes, for my opinion on it, there's a video that's just come out on the channel now. In the last sort of hour or so, it's just dropped onto the channel where we give our opinions on the shirt itself, and a little bit of a score as well. We do give the shirt a score as well, which is just our own personal opinion on it. But yeah, do check that out. It's called Controversial. It's on the channel now. Obviously, check it out at the end of this show. Don't leave this show to go and check that one out. Check that one out at your leisure when you get some time. But yes, that is where you can find my opinion on it. Malcolm, can someone give Infantino,
the head of
FIFA?
World Cup.
Yeah. I mean, I think, that is the biggest issue with it, isn't it? There's a guest there from Julie. I've just starred your guest, Julie. Thank you for that. So, yes, there we go. Paul's not keen on it. We've still got another 2 shirts to come out, and we can review them and discuss them as and when they come out. Maybe there might be another shirt to discuss next week if they release another one next week, but we'll see. If not, then I'm sure I'll work on another video with opinions on it over the course of the summer when they're released. But yes, let's go back into a little bit more recent news with the Cherries, and of course that's the partnership. A couple of partnerships announced this week. So on the club website, they announced a new 3-season partnership with Sherry, revealing one of the UK's fastest growing car brands as its new official automotive partner. So it's running through for a couple of years, and the agreement will see the logo appear on the front of the training shirts, and also it will have an additional partnership with the AFC Bournemouth women. And another partnership that's been announced this week is, not another partnership, but another, transfer.
Yeah, got it. No, I'm shaking my head in disbelief, mate.
Yeah, so Jaden Anthony, he moved to
Burnley
Brentford this week. Brentford.
He came from Burnley.
Yeah,
sorry.
That's right, yeah. Winger, he completed his undisclosed deal from Burnley this week, which I believe Bournemouth get about a 15% sell-on for. So we'll make a little bit of money out of that as well. And of course, former striker Callum Wilson, he has signed a 1-year deal with Brentford. Let's touch on Anthony first, Jaden Anthony, shall we? Good to see him back in the Premier League, I think, on this one.
Yes.
I think really good to see him back. And I think he's going to be quite successful here. I mean, he done really well, I thought, last season for Burnley. Shame that they went down, because I thought, it's a bit of a shame that, they've gone down. He's gone back down to the Championship with them. It'd be nice to see him back in the Premier League. So I'm glad he's got this move. But I think he'd be an asset for them.
definitely. I mean, when you're playing well in a relegation team, you know, the vultures come looking, don't they? And they got him. I go back 18 months. I remember being on the show saying I think it was a mistake to have sold the guy. I think he went reasonably cheap. I think it was 8 million. I can't be sure. To Burnley, and I thought I don't think a lot of people at the club actually wanted him to go, but they let him go. He would have been a great squad player for us in Europe. You know, he would. Jaden was always putting 100% for me, but a bigger shock still. Callum Wilson's still moving around the Premier League. He'll do a job. He'll come on maybe after an hour or something and have a run out and score the odd goal here, there, and everywhere. Probably against us, but. That's a hat trick, isn't it? Along with Dango, now we've got all three of them there at Brentford. They must see something in Bournemouth's players, that's for sure. But or Bournemouth's ex-players. Yeah. What's your thoughts on Callum Wilson more than Jaden, Matt?
Yeah, with Callum, I thought, you know, I mean, he's 34 now, so I can understand the 1 year deal side of it. I thought personally he'd end up back at Coventry. Or maybe one of the sides.
Good point.
But yeah, I mean, he's going there. He's going to add a bit of competition and experience to the couple of forwards that they have got there. And you've seen how effective he can be from the bench as well for West Ham last year. A few of his goals did come from the bench, and he did make an impact. So, you know, I think, is he going to be a starter week in, week out? No, I don't think he is.
No. I don't think so. You know what, Matt? When Brentford, if they come to Dean Court next season, you think of this forward line. They could have Dango on the left, Jaden on the right, and Callum in the middle. That's a bit odd, isn't it? They could have those three in up front together.
Yeah. Who knows? But yeah, I think he's going to add a real bit of experience to their side.
Sure.
And you know, if a game needs changing. They do have the option to bring on an experienced striker who's done it all before, and he has scored plenty of goals in the Premier League. Obviously, he was a former England international. He's been to a World Cup, so he's got a lot of experience behind him. So I think it could be an interesting signing for Brentford. It really can be, and Jaden and Callum Wilson, we will be seeing in Brentford shirts next season.
Correct.
And another transfer that sort of broke in the last sort of day or so, and that is Owen Bevan. Now, many people might remember him or may not, but he did actually make an appearance in the first team on a couple of occasions. The most notable one that I can remember was the 9-0 defeat at Liverpool. But Bournemouth have confirmed on the club website that Owen Bevan has joined Scottish Premiership side Dundee FC on a permanent transfer. The 22-year-old joined the Cherries at the age of 9 and progressed through the club's academy, captaining both the under-18s and development squad before making his Premier League debut against Liverpool at Anfield in August 2022. And during his time at the Vitality Stadium, Bevan also gained valuable senior experience during loan spells with Truro, Yeovil and Hibernian. And everybody at the club thanks him and wishes him best for the future. You know much on Owen at all, Paul?
Honestly, I don't know the first thing. I don't even remember him playing against Liverpool. He must have been caught on the bench, right?
Yeah, that was under Parker, Scott Parker, wasn't it? I think he might have played in a cup game, I think possibly at Norwich. He moves on. Wish him all the best. And we'll definitely keep an eye on how he does. And Scottish Premier League isn't the Premier League, but it's still a good standard of football. And I'm sure he'll go on and have a fairly decent career. But at the age of 22, I think he's had some injury problems as well in the past year or so. So for him to hit the ground running and get some games under his belt should do him the world of good. So, good luck to him. And also transfer rumours. There's loads of transfer rumours going around. Whether you want to listen to them or not, or whether you just want to have a gossip about them, or whatever the situation is, there's loads and loads going on at the moment. But the Up the Cherries and All Departments transfer show will be back at some point towards the end of the month, where we'll be discussing transfers and things like that, and people that are linked to Bournemouth, and not only that, across the Premier League as well and other divisions. So do keep your eyes peeled for that. Hit the notification bell, and you will be notified when that show comes back. Couple of comments. The home shirt is too much money, £70. Why pay that much for it?
I
Yeah,
agree.
Chris, totally agree, mate.
Yeah.
The days of a football shirt being £40 are now long gone, unfortunately, mate. And yeah, I do agree with you. £70. They were 65, I think, for the last 2 years. So yeah, £70. Yeah, it's I feel sorry for all the kids. All the kids really want the shirts as well, don't they? And they really want all three of them, and it must be so expensive for parents. If they've got a couple of kids that all want the shirts and things like that. So, because the kids ones are pretty expensive as well. I mean,
Well,
£70
you,
the adult.
you remember, Matt, when I went to the shop with you, I bought 3, and that was, I think, 300 quid nearly. Yeah, for the 3.
Yeah, it was about that. Yeah,
It was. Yeah,
it was.
it's not cheap, and they know what they're doing. They're just making money. The club are making money, mate. That's why they change them every year, isn't it?
I think there's like an agreement with the brand, how much the brand makes, how much. I don't really know the ins and outs of it, but yeah, £70. £70 is quite a
Too
lot
much.
of money now. Thankfully, I still have quite a lot of vouchers for my birthday for the club shop, so which I've saved. So I'll wait for all the shirts to be released, and whichever one I think is my favourite, I shall probably purchase first. And also, David's in. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you, David. Thank you for joining us as always. Much appreciated. So let's get on with World Cup then. Paul, should we have a look at the last 16? Obviously, the last 16 is now finished, as it's all been rounded up. But there was the little game of England versus Mexico, which I did stay up for. I actually went to bed early, about 8:30, and set my alarm for 10-1 to wake up to find out I'd been delayed by an hour. So I got my head down for another hour, woke up at 10-2. And I must admit, it was a long day after that, because I didn't go back to bed and went off to work. But it was well worth staying up for. What a game of football. What a game of two halves, really, wasn't it, Paul? Over to you.
No, look, I watched it. It was 11 o'clock. Started to be 10 o'clock in the morning, and then it became 11 o'clock. And I actually watched it with my son, which was nice, and his partner, Olivia, and that was great to watch it. I think, as Harry Redknapp said, England performed in the second half of a Croatian game, and they performed in that game. But the other games have been very workmanlike. There was nothing special, and I hope to goodness we follow on with this sort of form, because in this sort of form we will win. If we revert to whatever we were before, it's going to be a closer thing. But I loved it. It had everything, didn't it? It had 2 goals in 99 seconds. And now, because of this, where Australia went out, most people that I've spoken to over here are definitely following England. They're following England over here for sure. It was a brilliant performance, mate. Loved it. Really enjoyed it. I don't agree with all the experts saying it was, the best performance England have ever done. I don't believe that, but I think it was probably up there in the top 5, maybe, of England performances.
Yeah, I think you got a point there, actually, Paul. I think personally, if you take the second half and that sort of last 35 minutes, I think that was probably the best defensive display I've seen from an England side.
Yeah.
But, is it the best display of all time? It's going to be up there with, in terms of games, memorable games.
Sure.
Absolutely. But in terms of best England performance, I think those kind of questions anyway are all very individual based. Now, I mean, a lot of people probably of my age will say, England playing Holland in Euro 96 was probably one of the best performances an England side put in. And to be fair, remembering that, Because at the time, Holland were known as the team that played total
Yeah.
football, I think is what they called it, wasn't it? And England facing them was a real challenge. But I mean, we beat them 4-1 on the day. And then you look at going to Germany and winning their
5-1. Yeah,
I think the game against Scotland in Euro '96, for example. Some people would say that was a great performance. You could look back at Italia '90, and then way back to '66. There's been so many performances over the years that I think it's very individual on that. I think.
Totally agree, mate. Totally agree. Yeah, great to watch. Loved it.
And here's Malcolm. Brilliant match to watch. Certainly one of the best of the tournament.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And next week, when Malcolm joins us, we'll be looking back at the World Cup. So we'll be picking our favourite matches, our favourite goals, our player of the tournament, and we will be looking back at the semi-finals and previewing the finals. So that's next week's show, which we'll be looking at. And it's great to have Malcolm join us because I know Malcolm's watched so many games, and Malcolm and I are always texting about, are we watching this game? Have we seen this? Have we seen that? It's been a great tournament. So yeah, Malcolm coming on board next week to give his opinions, his thoughts on it. Be excellent.
You know what as well, Matt, with Malcolm on board, we'll have a real international flavour because you're in the UK,
Absolutely.
I'm in Australia, and Malcolm is in Germany. So what more could you ask for? I think it's brilliant to have the three countries here on display, which would be great. I mean, Malcolm is English.
Absolutely. A real World Cup flavour. But
That's right.
Let us know your thoughts, guys, in the chat if you want, on what you thought of the England game against Mexico. Mr. Tuchel, though, I think had a few things to say, didn't he? I think he pretty much slammed the match officials, but he spoke to our friends at TalkSport and he singled out the referee whilst discussing Kwanzaa's red card. So obviously Kwanzaa, as we now know, is suspended for the quarter-final against Norway and the semi-final if we get there. So the Lions boss explained that he saw the tackle live on the sideline, and I think it was a tough tackle. There's no need for this kind of tackle. And then later on VAR on the screen, I saw that the leg is quite high, but I think there's no risk of an injury. I still struggle with the decision because there's no foul given, and then it goes straight into a red. The penalty, I think VAR can never get involved in a penalty like this. This is never a clear and obvious error, and I think that they jumped into this, rushed into these decisions, and gave them against us, which made it really, really, really difficult. And that's my view on it. Anything to say on that? Do you agree with Thomas Tuchel on that? Guys in the chat, if you've got anything, any opinions on it, do chuck it in as well.
Yeah, I can't remember the tackle in detail, but I mean every ref's different. Every ref, you see their body cam stuff and everything, and they can't win. Like whatever decision they make in certain things, they can't win. And I can't remember the tackle. Hi Cass, good to see you, mate. I think it's Cass. Yeah. I mean they can't win, can they, Matt? With it,
No.
Maybe we should have got Mr. Starmer to give him a ring or something and have a word. But I don't think he's got that much power at the moment. So
and I don't think so. I don't think he's going to have quite the same impact that
I don't think so.
Trump had on that one.
No.
Yes, Paul. There you go.
Oh, terrific. Hi, Cass. Welcome. Yeah.
Darren, I agree, Matt. I think England need to improve somewhat to match Spain and France.
Yeah.
And that is very true. I mean, if that is a semi-final, there, Spain and France. I think it was in the last Euros as well, the semi-final, wasn't it? Spain and France, and what a semi-final that's going to be. But yeah, for us to get to the final, obviously, might have to play Argentina. It's probably looking probable that it'd be Argentina that we'll have to play, and we can get past them. A massive test against one of these two sides. Definitely, if we can get there. And fingers crossed that we do. Fingers crossed. But yeah, thanks for that, Darren. Much appreciated.
I think they're a very different game in the heat rather than Alchemy. Right.
Yes, yeah. So I think they find it a very different game in that heat rather than altitude. Two atmospheres are probably quite different to play. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And thank you there. Thank you for your input there. Much appreciated. Okay, let's take a look at the round of 16 results then. So there's the results there. Morocco beat Canada. France beat Paraguay. Obviously, Brazil were knocked out by Norway. We've touched on the 2-3 epic with Mexico. Spain 1-0 against Portugal, the local derby, as they were calling it. USA, even though Mr. Trump helped them with that red card being overturned, unfortunately got thumped by Belgium. Colombia and Switzerland 0-0. Then there was a 4-3 win on penalties to Switzerland and a 3-2 Argentina win against Egypt. Paul, any of those games there stood out for you? I did watch the Argentina game and the Switzerland game. I think that, and and the Portugal game. Canada Morocco I saw. Didn't see France Paraguay. That was quite dirty. I did watch the highlights. That was quite a dirty game. Brazil Norway. I only caught the highlights of that. But Egypt being 2-0 up, and then Argentina coming back. I think they invited them to come at them. I think they put like 5 or 6 defenders up in the end.
Right.
So really did invite the Argentinian pressure to come on. But any games there, Paul, that stand out for you?
Yeah, I think thank goodness Belgium won against America, because had that result gone the other way, with what happened with, I don't want to go there because everybody's discussed it. Every man and his dog has spoken about it, but that was wrong. What happened there was wrong for football. Not good. Everybody over here I spoke to said that they hoped America lost due to that situation with Belugan, but they, thank goodness they didn't win, Matt. That's all I can say. The other one, I mean, France looked good, as you say. Spain looked good. Thank goodness we've avoided both of them in the early stages, because you wouldn't want to be on that half of the draw, would you? Taking either of those teams on is going to be difficult, because you could become the top tipster on TV, mate, Matt, because you picked Spain and you picked England, and we're down to 16. Yeah, we're down. Fair enough.
Let's see. They've all got to get there first, haven't they?
Well, fair enough, mate. I mean, we're down to 6 teams, and you've got 2 of them active. I picked Holland and Spain, and I'm only down to 1. But you're the man. You're the man to go to. Yeah.
Let's see. Let's just quickly jump back into the comments here. France and Spain, 2 vastly different sides. I would rather Spain. Yeah, fair enough. I think if we had to face one in the final, I think I'd take Spain again, even though we know what happened in the Euros final.
Can I just add something quickly there, Matt? Because again, I watched Harry Redknapp, and he said that he thought the French were a bit sus in the middle of their defence at the back. And I do respect Harry's comments. He's right on a lot of stuff. Obviously, he knows his stuff, and I don't know. We'll see, won't we? I don't know. I think I'd be having my money on Spain to get through that game. But we have got our money on, haven't we? Not literally, but we have, yeah. But
we have. That is true. Yeah. The red was unfortunate. He obviously went for the ball, and his leg went up over the ball, and he had no control in that split second.
It was Zabanye. Remember Zabanye's tackle?
Yeah, and also was it Evan Nilsson as well? Very similar.
True.
As well. So that's happened before. Agree with that comment totally. I think it's unfortunate. David Costa's had some internet problems.
It's the money. It's the money, mate. It's the money. Can't pay the bill here. Come on, Dave. Yeah.
Glad that you're back with us, Dave. I agree, Malcolm. Never a 2-game suspension.
A bit rough.
And Egypt incredibly unlucky. Yeah, you say they're incredibly unlucky, but I think they invited it on themselves. They went way too defensive.
Yeah.
And I think it kind of come back and bit them a little bit. But yes, that's the quarter. The round of 16. We're on to the quarters now, aren't we, Paul? But this is the result so far. Yeah. couple of good games so far. So 2-0 France against Morocco and 2-1 to Spain against Belgium. Did you catch either of those ones?
I did, and it about time Man United got a keeper that can catch the ball, isn't it? They got rid of Anana or whatever his name is in goal, and then they put this bloke on because, Belgium, wasn't it? That's right. Poor old, what's the name? The keeper, I forgot, Courtois. What a great game he was having in goal, and he did his thigh muscle, something going on, and he couldn't carry on. And this guy comes on, this Le Mans from Man United. You know, it was a hard shot, but hey, these are top professional goalkeepers. He made an error. He let that ball bounce out, and bang, lost the game. Manchester United need to get a decent keeper, mate. Again, how would you feel? Because they were in it.
I think he's done pretty well, and I look at it from a different perspective. Now, you're a goalkeeper. You're sat on the bench for the whole tournament.
Yeah.
All you're doing is training.
Yeah.
The goalkeeper goes down.
Yeah.
You haven't really got much time to have a warm up. Now, with a goalkeeper, it's all right to warm the muscles up, but sometimes you need to warm those hands up. You don't really get that opportunity, and then bang, you're out on the field. He's only a young keeper. I rate him. I think he's done well at United. Yeah, I think he's done well at United. And I think he's going to be a decent keeper. But I think if you put yourself in that position, you're sat there virtually for the whole tournament just on the bench. You're not probably going to get a game unless you come to that situation. Now, it was you're coming on at 1-1 as well. You're playing against Spain. Okay, he could have done better, but I just think it's a bit of a sort of a mental thing as well. I mean, it's different than, if you're coming on as a striker to change the game. Sometimes I think that's very different than a goalkeeper coming into a game when do you see where I'm coming from?
I do. I think it was unfortunate because the form that Courtois was in was brilliant form with the saves that he did. You saw it, Matt. I know you did, and the saves he did was brilliant. They were just unfortunate. I think that would have gone to extra time had Courtois been on the pitch. I think he would have held that ball. But like you say, it's football. It happens, and we've seen it before, haven't we? No doubt we'll see it again. But it was tough, Mel. You're right. Yeah,
it was a tough Belgium at the end, and it was a really good game. I mean, as neutrals, to watch it, it was I'm sure we won't be watching tonight's game as easy as that, but a really good game between them two. And I also agree with this comment as well, Paul. Don't know whether you do, but Morocco, I expected a little bit more from Morocco. Do you know what? Before the game started, I actually had a good feeling. I thought, do you know what? Morocco might be able to pull something off here.
Well, they looked good on the break, didn't they?
They did, but other than that, there wasn't much really there for them, was it? But I agree with that. Totally disappointed with Morocco. I thought they could have caused a bit of an upset there. I watched both. Morocco were great until Mbappe scored, then literally folded. Belgium were excellent, and on another day could have surprised Spain, quite possibly. Yeah.
Mbappe's penalty, I don't know if you saw it. I'll tell you what, you could have saved that, Matt. It was that poor. That penalty was shocking.
If we're going to talk penalties very, very quickly, I don't understand the whole, that run thing they do. That stop and then go again.
It was
I'm a bit old-fashioned. I mean, if anybody remembers Julian Dix of West Ham taking a penalty, ball on the spot, and just smash it.
Yeah.
It's one of those. I've never been a fan of all these fancy penalties. Stuart Pearce, ball on the spot, bang. None of this. That's Shearer. Shearer was the same. Bang. Ball on the spot, top corner. You knew it was going top corner. Yeah. None of this. Let's place it to the side of the key. No, hit it. That's just me.
You're right, Matt. And you know what? One of the greatest penalty takers of all time, Matt Le Tissier, 49 out of 50. He never did that once. He just went up and sent the keeper the wrong way. And Sound in the Fury Pod. Hello. I don't know who you are, but hi. Nice to hear from you.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, lovely, super, mate.
Yeah, let us know who you are. Let us know who you are.
Please do. Who you support? Who you support? Yeah, but Matt Letizia, going back to that briefly, brilliant. He never did it. There's no need for it. It's a silly trait that's, it's like playing out from the back, isn't it? If you haven't got the people to do it, it's me, Dave. Dave. Hello, Dave. I know everybody's called Dave, Brian, or John that I know, but hi, Dave. Yeah, terrific. That's all I know. I don't know anybody yet. I know Matt, but all these friends are either called Brian, John, or Dave. Yeah, hi, Dave. Super. Good stuff.
Hi, Dave. Yeah, cheers. Thank you for joining us. Much appreciated. Thank you. Stuttering is pointless. Just put the latest through it. Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing more I like than seeing a ball really hit that back of the net. When it gets proper smashed. That's my view.
I'm going to have to give you the Thomas Frank very shortly, Maddie. Thomas Frank.
Yes, I know. We're on to World Cup news now.
Yeah.
And a couple of things that Paul had pointed out for last week's show that we run out of time to cover. So we're just going to cover very quickly now. So why does David Beckham love the controversial hydration breaks at this World Cup, Paul? Why does he love them? Well,
he loves 19 million of them, Matt. And honestly, that these companies, I think they need their head testing. He's earned a fortune, David Beckham, through this World Cup on beer, chips, and Big Macs, which is all healthy stuff, as you could appreciate for footballers. The former England captain is on course to bank £19 million over the course of the World Cup for television ads during the 40-day World Cup tournament. He officially became a billionaire earlier this year, and Forbes magazine putting his net worth at £1.185 billion. Now, of all the troubles in the world, surely 19 million. David Beckham can't spend the sort of money he's worth in his life anyway. I mean, wouldn't it be good if these companies put it into something worthwhile instead of this? This is just nonsense to me, madness. No one's worth that. No one's worth 19 million like that. I think it's ridiculous. But it's just an opinion again. I think it's crazy.
Well, that's why he loves them then.
That can change people's lives. 19 million pounds. It's like you perhaps earning £5,000, Matt, to do something. That's what it's worth to him. It all becomes a blur, doesn't it? The amount of money, but crazy.
And talking about money, the contract that is rumoured to have been the details of the contract that's rumoured to have been for Elliot Anderson, who's obviously moved to Manchester City. He's now become the most expensive Englishman, and that's his breakdown. £15.6 million a year, 1.3 million a month, 300,000 a week, which is 42,900 a day, and £1,800 per hour. Paul, you brought that one to my attention.
Well,
interesting figures there, shall we say?
This is purely courtesy of Dave DaCosta, my mate, who's been putting some great input into the show. Thank you, Dave.
Cheers, Dave.
Honestly, what's the difference between him and Alex Scott? None of them can score goals. This bloke couldn't score in a month of Sundays, this Anderson bloke. No doubt he'll score tomorrow now. I've said that.
It's score the winner now.
Yeah, good on you, mate. Go for it. You're worth it. That'll bring in another 15 million quid in advertising or something stupid. But that's ridiculous. He's played. I've watched him, studied his midfield play. I can't see anything special about the bloke, and he's a midfielder. I can't see anything that think, wow, he did well there. I haven't seen anything that's come out and zapped me between the eyes. But what's Alex Scott worth now? Alex Scott, if this guy's worth that, mate, Alex Scott, they've got to start talking 80 million plus for Alex Scott. He's only 22, for goodness sake.
I'd agree.
They've got to. They can't let Scott, if he goes for 60 million, that's just ridiculous. But what do you reckon, Matt? Tell me. Yeah.
What in terms of
About
valuation?
about this guy? Is he worth
Oh
that money?
no, I actually quite rate him.
Do you?
I'm gonna say I am. Hi Dan, thanks for joining us. I've seen you for a while. Bournemouth transfer rumours. We're not discussing them on the show at the moment. This is World Cup Weekly. We touched on a bit of Bournemouth news at the start. But the UTCID transfer show will be back towards the end of the month. So make sure you hit the notification bell, mate, and you will know when we're discussing transfers, buddy.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything, Matt. But
There's a
anything
few.
new?
There's quite a few floating about, but yeah, I mean, there's so many
Sure.
to discuss. That's why we do the Up the Cherries transfer show. But
Yeah.
no, I really rate this guy. I think he's done well with Declan Rice. I think they've formed a good partnership. He's
Right.
still learning. So I think he's going to be part of the England midfield for quite some time to come. But then again, Scott will get his opportunity. I think.
Oh yeah.
He will get his opportunity.
I agree.
Obviously, the manager likes him. That's why he took him to that camp, pre-World Cup camp. So, yeah. But yeah, no, I'd be interested to see if he does
Score.
score tonight. Because you said he can't score.
I'm not going to say anything silly, Matt, but
England to win the World Cup. You heard it here first.
Matt, Dan, I just want to inform you. Top tipster Matt upstairs from me on the show here. He picked England to win this. How long ago was that? A month, nearly.
On the first World Cup Weekly, we did.
Yeah, and I laughed at you, Matt. But I might be. I'm enjoying it. I'm loving watching England. Obviously, I want England to do well, but I'd love to see him win it. But Matt's the top tipster, man, not me.
I rate Anderson more to come from
him.
him.
So at that price, I should hope so. At that price, mate, a lot more to come from this bloke. But we'll see, won't we?
Who's going to win the World Cup? Tune in next week, Chris. Tune in next week.
You still won't know, but
don't do rumours. Absolute bonkers figures. Football's gone mad.
Yes.
Yeah. There we go. I think that's just going to keep being asked about that. About the.
Do you know, Matt? I'm going to comment on that just briefly because it irks everybody. Why did the Football League not have the guts to turn around 12 months ago, 2 years ago, and say to City, if you're going to block all of these charges with all your highfalutin, high-paid lawyers, we're going to put in a transfer embargo in and out of your club until this is sorted. They would have got it sorted, mate. If they had the power to do that, I don't know if they'd ever have the power to stop them buying and selling. It would have been sorted by now. That is an embarrassment to the Football League. I'm getting a bit controversial here, but it's good. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Isn't it? Other teams have been deducted points. Yeah,
absolutely. A few weeks ago, you may remember we discussed international caps. And I think I asked the question, do players, apart from the England players, get actual physical caps anymore? And Paul, very quickly, what's the answer?
Yeah, and it will be quickly. I'm busting C, spot the ball, but certain countries do, the Brits do, all the British teams do. In other countries, they don't. They might give a 50th cap or a 100th cap or a special, competitive cap, if it was a World Cup final. I agree with this totally. I agree with that 100%. They've got no guts, mate. No guts to deal with that situation. They're frightened of them. Where was I? Yeah, and that's the answer. Other countries don't. I mean, Ronaldo, I think he would have got one at 50. Here's an example, one at 100 caps, and I think he's way up now. We discussed it, didn't we? 168 caps or something. Amazing player. And that's about the situation. Yeah, they are ceremonial caps. Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
Well done.
Okay, thank you, Paul. And yeah, just a well done to all the World Cup cherries. Obviously, all our guys are out now. Obviously, went out at various different stages, but this in the last 16 was all confirmed with Adams and Rayan going out. So just a massive well done. It's great to see that some Bournemouth players, that out there to represent the club. I think what it's done for the brand, for the club across the whole world is massive. So I think these guys have done a fantastic job for the football club by just being in the squads, by being at that tournament. So big well done to all those players. And we look very much forward to seeing you all in a Bournemouth shirt again very, very soon. Over to Paul now. We're going to round up the show. Paul's going to give his thoughts on Norway. For my thoughts, there is the match preview, No More Years of Hurt, which I'll give my thoughts on that, which is already out on the channel now. But Paul, over to you before we wrap up with Spot the Ball.
Let's enjoy it, because I'm excited about this game. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm really going to enjoy it. I think it's, for me, again, it's just an opinion. I think it's going to be a 90-minute job, and I think England will do it. I don't even think they'll score, Norway. I think England 2-0. We know Haaland. John Stones is his teammate. He knows all about Erling Haaland, as Tuchel, well, he should know all about him. We've all seen him. He's the man to stop. What can I say? I know if I was managing the team, I'd have a little special surprise for this bloke, Haaland, but I can't really say what I'd do. But I think you might have an idea. But I might go and say, yeah, why not? I'll be controversial tonight. I might as well say it. I think I personally, I'd have two players. I'd have one on him all the time, and I'd get that one at a certain point in the game to give him a good whack from somewhere. Give him early in the
give him a good old bit of fashion defending there. Give him
yeah. Go right through him early in the game, settle him down a bit, and have number 2 man on call in case he cops a card for doing it. And get that second man in and give him another one real quick, and because he'll settle down, mate, and that's what we need to do. That's my tactics. I'm different. I'm different era probably, but
just
that's
don't
where I go.
Don't do it in the penalty area where it fall down like a sack.
No, and tell me who's their captain? The guy that plays for Arsenal. I've forgotten his name.
That's correct. Yeah, that's correct. Odegaard.
So yeah, did you know he is the youngest player ever to play for Norway at 15?
Yes, I saw that the other day on TV. Yeah, I was watching.
Incredible. He. I'd let him go. I wouldn't give him a whack, but he's he is a skillful player. And good luck to Norway. They've done well to get here. It's great to see them rowing.
Fair play to them. Yeah, it's the first they've ever got, isn't it?
I'm probably only joking about Haaland, but I hope we keep him quiet. I think we can keep him quiet. Yeah.
Score prediction then, Paul. What's your score?
Yeah,
prediction?
I'm going 2-0 England over 90 minutes. No mucking about. That's me. But are you available for a score prediction, Matt? Or?
Yeah. Check out No More Years of Hurt. You can always see it on there.
Okay.
Right, we're going to jump into Spot the Ball, and then I will come to everybody's comments. I can see there's a few comments coming through, guys, so I'm not ignoring you. We'll do it as soon as we've revealed this. So that's this week's Spot the Ball. Thanks to everybody that put a guess in. I'm hoping I starred everybody's comments. If I haven't, I do apologise. So we had Malcolm that went with D, which I believe also Paul went with. Yeah. Johnny went with B. Dave went with B.
Oh.
Chris went with D. Darren went with B.
Right.
Nick went with A.
Hi, Nick.
Julie went with C. So that is all the comments. Just double checking to make sure I haven't missed anybody. Oh, here we go. Thanks, guys, for your late guesses. Dave's gone with D, and Craig's gone with C. Okay, gonna have to reveal it now, guys. So any more guesses won't count. But today's Spot the Ball. It's B.
Where?
B.
B. Oh, got it. I always looked to the left.
Just under his foot there. So if you said B, well done. Thanks for guessing. There'll be another World Cup image next week. Guys, as I said earlier on, I've got a massively busy weekend. We've got a haircut booked at 9:30. So we're just going to round up through the comments because we appreciate your interaction every week. So I don't want to miss anybody out. I don't like hydration breaks. It's killing the game. Yeah, good point, Chris. Yeah, I don't think anybody likes them, mate. My penalty taking as a kid was a bit like Roberto Carlos, turning your back to the keeper, then turning and striking it. No wonder why a lot of them flew over the bar. Having played football with you, Craig, I'm not surprised most of them flew over the bar, mate. On that one. Okay. Great show. Thank you both for the great show. Keep positive for our team tonight. Absolutely, everyone's going to be positive. We're all buzzing.
Yeah.
Johnny. Excellent, Johnny. Enjoy that, mate. Enjoy that.
Tell you a quick story. It's just off the main street in Bundanoon, and it's open. I'll probably be open 6:30. And as far as I know, they're serving alcohol there. There'll be a big screen up there. A lot of the local lads are going there to watch it tomorrow. John's going. Yeah.
That'd be a great atmosphere. That'd be a great. Enjoy that, John. Enjoy that, mate. I'm on Team Matt. Ideal. Thank you, Dave. Thanks, Matt. Yeah, thank you to you, Chris, as always. England win tomorrow. Absolutely, Johnny. Defoe Owen had England caps too. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they had quite a few caps.
Yeah.
Great show. Thank you both. Looking forward to the match tonight and keeping positive for our team. Thank you for the packed show. Looking forward to England tonight. Thanks, guys. Thank you to all the Watkins gang, as always. Looking forward to the game too, Paul. He's going for a 3-1 England win. Excellent. England trust the process. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so.
I look forward to seeing you next week, buddy, with us. Paul should be on the bench giving out the water bottles.
In 19 degrees in the rain. Yeah, they need a vibration. Right.
We are capable of winning this World Cup, but we need to go up another gear again. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I think every team that's still in it will be thinking exactly the same thing. To win it, they're going to have to go up another gear. Even the French and the Spanish will be thinking the same thing. 2-1 England. Excellent. It would be a close one. England 3-2, but they need to stop Haaland. That is the key. And they also need to stop crosses into the box as well. But I discussed that on the preview. I meant B. Okay. All right, Dave, I'll let you off. Great show. Thank you. Thank you for joining us as always. Does everyone like? Don't know what you're on about there. Great show, Matt and Paul. Does everyone like the slight rebrand? Oh yeah, there's a slight rebrand. Check it out. Great show as always. Great show, guys. Well done. Yeah, the rebrand is all on YouTube and this, that, and the other. And slight little rebrand, a nice little refresh. But I've absolutely got to go. So thank you to everybody for joining us. Do join us for the last World Cup Weekly next Saturday live at 8 p.m, where myself and Paul will be joined by Malcolm. And like I say, we're going to look back at the tournament and preview the final. So as always, I'll give the last word to my co-host, but it's a goodbye from me and it's a goodbye from him.
And thank you guys for all your support. Good stuff. See ya. Bye.
Now we've got the Gremlins in.
Oh, good. Oh, that's good.
Now we'll see you later. See ya. See you next week.
TalkSport Fan Network.
The ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
I should be like you, Mel.